What's up, everybody? Today we're gonna have a hard training because I'm sick. Still sick from the thing that I had those days. It went better and now it's worse because yesterday I had a very stressful day. I'm gonna spare you the details, but the bank blocked my account to protect me. And I'm like, please don't, I need my account. Whatever. Banks, it's always so fucking crazy. Like, it's your money, you want to take it, you want to use it, and they're like, no, we're not gonna let you use your money. And you have to ask them pretty please. They don't want, except banks. And it's mandatory to have one, so fantastic. I couldn't sleep. And I feel like with the humidifier in my bedroom, my lungs are filled, like I'm coughing all the time. I'm sick. I have a little temperature. We're gonna be fine. I'm gonna train, and after the training is gonna be better. That's what you have to do when you don't feel like training. Usually, you need to. It's gonna be super beneficial to do what you can do. So right now I'm gonna try to do some incline bench press. I diversified a little bit my pressing schedule. We're gonna talk about it just after this set. I have to do 6 reps, I think. 5 sets of 6 reps with 88 kg. Cool, pretty easy, that's good. So why is it good that my sets are easy? Lately, I've been telling you that a lot, and I'm gonna tell you again. It's the difference between training for hypertrophy and training for strength. When you train for strength, you want to accumulate fatigue, technique, volume. You want to do a ton of volume with a moderate intensity. For the hypertrophy, you don't need that. The hypertrophy, you want the best stimulus for the least fatigue. The less fatigue? Maybe. So you're gonna do fewer sets, more intense. You're gonna push almost to failure. For the strength, you need so much volume that if you pushed almost to failure every time, you're gonna hurt yourself. You're not gonna be able to progress. You're gonna be way too fatigued. And even though it's easy overall, lately what I was doing is every exercise for my strength exercise, because I'm mixing, for example, you're gonna see just after for the pulling exercises, I'm gonna do hypertrophy approach. So I'm gonna do not a lot of sets, super intense. But for my goal exercises like the incline press, the overhead press, the deadlifts, I'm doing a strength approach. And I was driving them with the top set moderately hard, these ones, and then a ton of back off. And I feel like I'm not recovering fully. Most of the time that's fine. I have a competition soon, so I'm gonna try not to burn myself out. Maybe also the fact that I'm sick is not letting me recover as much. But I'm ditching the top sets now, and I'm just doing a ton of what was the back offs. But I'm gonna do a ton of sets with the same weight, the same reps. And that's a cycle you need to have. I think that the top set system, to have one set heavier and then some more sets lighter, it's something that can be used from time to time to drive your progress. Alright, let's not talk too much. I'm gonna tell you about doggy just after this set. Let's do this set. Let me show you. That's the dog right there. I'm gonna tell you everything about him in a second because he did some funny stuff. And then we're gonna, but first the incline right there. Let's go. Alright, pretty cool. What did I tell you? Just before talking about doggy, I'm changing a bit the program for the pressing. Doggy, no, be careful! Stay here, dog. Okay, I'm gonna talk about doggy right now. He wants me to talk about him. So doggy, if you saw, it's the dog. And he's living in my garden. And he's staying in the garden only because I built a prison for his mind. A prison made by a copper cable that is going all around the garden, and he has a little necklace, not a necklace, a collar that beeps when he's getting too close, and if he's getting too closer, it shocks him a little. So he stays here because before he was going out all the time. He disappeared for 8 days, and he was just up in the mountains, living off gifts from the travelers. Because I live in the mountains, and then there's a lot of trails and stuff, and people have food with them, and doggy knows that. So far he's living there, he's staying there, he's respecting this. It's been more than a year now that it works, because it was really difficult, and it was the last attempt. We tried so many things, GPS collar, a lot of stuff, nothing works. He was escaping all the time. This works. But recently, and you probably, if you want to see, in the previous video, we see the dog shepherds of the neighborhood, because there's some goats and there's dogs that are visiting doggy from time to time. And me and my woman, we were going on the trail to get some mail, and the shepherds came to us, and doggy saw that, and I think it was to protect us, because you never know, that he escaped the garden. And I'm gonna do one set and I'll tell you after what's next. I got myself a little monster ultra strawberry dreams sugarless to help me survive. It's hot, but not that hot. It's alright. The other day my mats were so hot that I couldn't go barefoot. It was burning my feet. Anyway, so the dog. Oh, hell yeah. So he was out with all these dogs, the shepherds. When I say the shepherds, it's the dogs. And he's following us to the mailbox, and when we come back, I have the hope that he's gonna come back to the house with us, but I knew it wasn't gonna be that easy, and he heard, or he saw, no, yeah. He saw the dogs on our way back, and he just ran with them. And I thought to myself, well, dog is now a shepherd. It's now their dogs. He's one of them. I tried to call him to the house. He didn't show up. And I thought to myself, this is the test. I'm gonna see now if Doggy is still a baby. He's 3 years old. We're gonna see if Doggy is still a baby or not. And he came back. I started to train, and as you saw, he's now back. So that's a good boy. You know, he's good boy maxing right now. Well, also it's very hot. Anyway. So for the pressing, I'm trying to press maxing right now. I'm trying to be the biggest presser I can be. In France we say gros bandeur. If you want to impress your friends and you like the pressing exercises like the bench, the overhead press, you say that you're a gros bandeur. It means a fat, strong press. Gros bandeur. There you go. And to be one, I have all my pressing exercises, and I'm gonna have also some dumbbell pressing to help. I'm adding some assistant works to the mix. And if you're interested, tag along, come with me, and I'll show you. I have 2 more sets, and then we're gonna do some dumbbell pressing, dumbbell incline pressing, and then dumbbell overhead pressing, because lately I have 4 sessions per week. I was doing incline overhead. Now every session is gonna be incline and overhead, and it's just that it's gonna be major incline, minor overhead, major overhead, minor incline, with different assistance work. All right, let's do these 2 more sets. One more. And also, you know, it feels good to see that almost 90 kg is easy for me, and it's still decent work, because if you work, you know, in the range of 70 to 80% of your 1 rep max, you're still doing some work. And the fact that it's easy, all for the better. It means that you're gonna recover better. It means that you're gonna be able to do more, that you're gonna be able to put more in the next session, etc., etc. So it's a good sign. Hypertrophy-wise, if all your sets are too easy, not a good sign. It means that you're not training hard enough. But even like this is strength training, it's still gonna trigger hypertrophy. Probably as much, sometimes even more, but it's still strength oriented. And but it's just that there's more fatigue, there's more volume, etc., etc. It takes more time. One of the main arguments, it takes more time. So if you're not that much interested in strength, but in hypertrophy, what I'm doing in 2 hours, you could do it in 45 minutes. If that's what you want, there's no reason to take 2 hours to do that. Simply. Yeah, and also assistant work with the dumbbells, because I have some hangers I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna have to set them up to see it. Huge fail. The Tuesday I tried to set them on the overhead press. Not possible. I'm not gonna be able to overhead press with the hangers. I'm still gonna do them, but I'm gonna have to, you know, set them on my lap and then make them jump on my shoulders and press like this. We'll see. I think it's gonna be alright. But for the press, incline press, I think that the hangers are gonna be better, because you can just de-rack, re-rack them. Gonna see just after. I got 1 more set. Let's do this 1 last set. And that's it for the barbell incline. Now let's try to set up the hangers to do some more incline with the dumbbells. So these are the hangers that I'm gonna hang the dumbbells from, and I need to see if the height is gonna be good or not. So here, as you see, it's way too low. I'm gonna try to put them up. Let's see. If I go like this, yeah, press, press, up, re-rack. It seems correct. That's what I told you. Let's try to put some plates on this. And really I love dumbbell work because for the joints, for the shoulders, it's so much less stress, you know? And I have sensitive shoulders. I'm gonna try to strengthen them by doing some rotator cuff, rear shoulders, etc. But I know that when I'm trying to become stronger at the press, every time my shoulder are starting to hurt, and that's what stops me. So to be able to do a ton of work with the dumbbells is gonna be fantastic for that. Here. Alright, and we have ourselves 33 kg. Minus points because it takes fucking ages to set them up and to put the weight on the 4 sides. You gotta do what you gotta do. We're starting with 33, which is outrageously too light. I should be doing sets with 50, but I'm discovering it's the first time that I'm gonna try to derag them like this, and I'm probably gonna start with longer sets, and then I'm gonna try to put more and do shorter sets. But we're gonna start like this. It's probably gonna be all right. All right, let's try this. All right, I'm ridiculously weak because I thought that I was gonna do a set of 20, and it's a bit of a shame that I can only do 10 because if you're a man, and I mean a man, you shouldn't be pressing. Even your overhead press should be more than 30 kg. I got an excuse. First time, we're gonna get stronger. And that's gonna be interesting actually, you know what? Wait a second, let's go over there. All right, I'm going there because the sun is straight up cooking my camera. And also I want to drink a little. So, what's interesting in this type of programmation is that this accessory exercise is gonna be a huge carryover. And I know it because I'm weak at it. If you're weak at something and you're getting brutally strong at it, your strength levels are gonna explode. And that's the thing, you know, with there's a lot of exercises that people don't want to do, like lunges, stuff like this, where it's hard and they're weak at it, so they don't want to do it. But if you focus on your goal, remember why you're doing it, not just because of the pleasure of the exercise himself, etc., and you put yourself through hard works, through exercises where you're weak, and you become strong at them. My barbell press is gonna get stronger too. I know that if I can add 20 kg to my dumbbell press, I'm gonna be able to add 20 kg to my barbell press too. And it's gonna be easy because I'm a beginner at this and because I'm weak at this. And when you're weak, it's easier to get stronger than if you're already strong at something to get stronger. If you catch my drift. I'm gonna do one more set of this. And then we're gonna do some, still with the dumbbells, we're gonna overhead press them. But this time I'm not gonna have the hangers. I'm gonna have to put them on my lap and kick them up. But it's gonna be fine because I'm just gonna do sets with 20 kg and 20 kg. You can throw them around, doesn't matter. Lately there's so many animals around my house. I've been living there for 34 years and never have I ever seen so many wildlife, rats climbing the trees in front of my windows, snakes, big lizards. I see some snake skins around my house, deers, foxes. I've seen a lot of foxes. I think that at some point a fox came to see Doggy. Let me show you. Because so this is the garden. And this is, you know this bush right there? You see it? This is where Doggy sleeps because at night it's colder. And the other day, when I came to give Doggy his breakfast, I saw a little fox coming out behind it and going to the hills through there. So I think he was visiting Doggy. Anyway, all right, let's do this last set. Wait a second. All right, let's set with the dumbbell, with the incline, and then we're going overhead. Alright, not too bad, huh? I'm really gonna have to change my bench soon because let me show you. Let me show you this. So here, wait a second, focus here please. Right there. This is getting, you know, ratchet overall. Well, it's the price to pay when you just let it out in the sun, in the snow, in the rain. Soon I'm gonna have to buy a new one. really impressive the difference of the inclination of the bench can make. Here, in the first set, it was a little bit too inclined. It was more of a high incline bench than a real overhead. And some strongmen train like this because they know that when they're gonna overhead standing, they're gonna lean back and they're gonna end up in this position already. So they put the chair like this so they can do that. And you have to know why you're training, why you're doing things. If you want to train for the strongman, then you have to adapt to the events, to the test of strength that you want to put yourself to. Me, it's not the case. I just want to have strong shoulders, strong press, and it's not for the purpose of the strongman competitions, even though I think I'm gonna do some of them, but it's not my main focus. Here my focus is just, and my goals in terms of overhead press are not standing. So not standing, seated. It's hot out there. Seated. I want to do them seated. So I'm training to do them seated, and it's the same for the accessories. The way you're gonna do your accessories is gonna change the transfer, the strength, what you're working on. You need to think about that. If you're interested in that, you can go on my website, paraforce.com, and you can have supervision by me weekly on the phone or at my house if you live in South France. I'm a psychologist, but I do supervisions. Every therapy is a supervision in a way, and I have some patients that are athletes, competitors, and they come to talk about their training, etc., etc. I have some artists that talks about their craft, their arts, but also, when everybody knows that the mental, the psyche is major in strength, in sports, etc. But when you tell somebody to do therapy to help them in sports, suddenly they don't think it's related. The fact that you can talk about what you leave outside of the training can interfere with your training. And for me, because I'm a therapist, but firstly, I'm a patient too, and my own therapy changed so many things in my life. Let's do one last set, and then we're gonna move on. Alright, so right now I have some barbell rowing that I'm gonna superset with some triceps push down and then some stiff legs deadlifts. Am I gonna have the time to do everything? I think I will. Yeah, I think I will. So here, for my vertical pull, I have 2 per week. First, and the main one, is the cable row. It's a low rowing where I'm gonna do close to my body and I'm gonna pull like this. And I'm adding also the barbell because I want to have also one variation where I'm doing it with more upper back rather than lats. The barbell is gonna allow me to take a bit wider and to pull with wide open elbows, and to pull not to my waist like you would normally do for the basic rowing, but I'm gonna pull more to the just under the chest. So I'm really gonna do it with rear shoulder, rhomboids, a bit of mid traps. That's why I'm doing them like this. And also I'm gonna superset with triceps push down. All right, let's get started. So here, what did you see? You need to be able to analyze, to have some thoughts, some reflections about what you see, to get better, to stay in the works, to stay moving. Here, I think that my rowing was very poorly executed because I was helping myself a lot with the hips, and I realized at the end, and I want to be more strict, and I want to initiate and keep on pulling with my back. And you need, when you pull, you need to feel that it's your back working. It depends for like what reasons you're doing this, but me, I want to strengthen my back. So putting heavier just to use my hips and like doing a dynamic type of catch, no, there's no reasons to do so. There's reasons not to do it. So I think I'm gonna lower the weight a little and try to focus on pulling with my back. On the triceps, you could say it's not very intense. You had some reps at the end, the set was pretty easy. And I told you that for hypertrophy, you need to go with intensity. So why am I doing that? I'm doing that because I'm doing a ton of triceps work. I'm pressing a lot. Of course, it's not enough to really target the triceps, this pressing, because I'm not, how to say that, the sticking, not the sticking point, but what's preventing me to push more is not my triceps especially. So I'm adding some work, and I'm adding some work in the background. I'm doing triceps every day, so if I was to go too heavy on those, I would hurt myself, my tendons, or fatigue myself too much. So I'm adding some work, but some background triceps work that is gonna bring something with the accumulation. Again, I'm treating them like a strength exercise in a way, even though it's longer sets. I could go for sets of 6, but for this type of background silent work, I like to go in some different ranges, rep ranges. Anyway, I'm super happy today. I told you, oh, I feel so sick, and I'm just talking and talking and talking. Well, I hope you find this interesting at least. Oh. All right, let's do 2 more sets. So as you could see, I didn't lower the weight for the rowing because I was too lazy to lower it. And I feel like the focus isn't coming on me. Camera, please. Please. Focus on me. Yes. Yes. Thank you. All right. Whew. But I also saw that I was able to manage some decent reps with no cheating at 100 kg. Not ideal exercise because I'm hurting the inside of my elbow. I see that when it's becoming hard, I don't know, I think I'm starting to do it with the biceps, or maybe I shrug my shoulder or something, but it's hurting there and I cannot go as hard as I would want to. So what can I do? I can replace the barbell by middos row. Probably the middos is gonna feel better and it's still gonna be upper back dominant. It's gonna take me longer because instead of just doing 6 reps in 10 seconds, I'm gonna have to do one side, the other. I'll see. Maybe next week, I'll see. And for the triceps, when you're doing the push down, you probably saw I was doing it in front of me and not under me, because when you're pushing under yourself, it's a lot of you're pressing down and you're using too much shoulders, and I want to only use my triceps. So it's like when you're doing overhead triceps, if you do like this, if you move your elbow, the triceps is gonna be less used. You're gonna be able to put heavier, and maybe that's what you want to do. But if you want to focus on tricep strength and hypertrophy, you want it to be a bit more strict. And it's the same for the push down. The push down, you're gonna do it in front of you and not vertically under yourself. Alright, so now it could be over. I've been training for an hour and a half now, and it would be really good if it was over now. because I'm hammered, but I'm okay. Like recovery-wise, it would be perfect. But I can't. I could if I was doing press only, but I have a lower body. Incredible, no? So I'm gonna have to do some deadlifts. And I don't, you know, you could separate the days. So, and I feel like is it focusing on me? Yes, it's focusing on me. Excuse me. You could do so this day over and then doing the deadlifts tomorrow. But tomorrow I have some more press to do. So you have to choose. And that's the thing, when you're training, you cannot do everything. You're gonna have to choose. Now, for example, if my focus was big arms, big biceps, big triceps, I wouldn't train like this. My training is not optimal for the hypertrophy for the arms right now, because it's not my main goal. And it's the same for the lower body. If I wanted to be an absolute monster on the deadlifts, and it's one of my goals, the deadlifts, but if I was doing deadlift only, I wouldn't train like this. Here, it's not optimal. And I'm not even talking about the squats, that is really like an accessory. You have to choose. You have to choose. If you want to focus on some stuff, you cannot do everything. You have to take choices, and take choices means that it's not gonna be optimal for the majority of it. And that's the thing you have to realize. When you're a beginner, it's fine, you do everything. But when you're starting to be advanced, that's, I think, the hard realization. And that's why people there's not a lot of people that are really going into the advanced training. It's because you're gonna have to choose some stuff here. My goals are incline, overhead, and deadlifts. 3 things. And all the rest is suboptimal. I'm not even pressing fully horizontally, like flat. I'm not even doing that. And I'm not even talking about, like, I'm not even doing lateral raises to have like big shoulders. I'm not even training squats properly, etc., etc. I'm not training the neck. I'm not training my hips. I'm not doing mobility exercises. If I wanted to train mobility seriously, I couldn't be strong at my goals. You have to choose. So much yapping today. What's wrong with me? All right, let's warm up and do some serious stiff legs deadlift. I don't know if you could see properly with the angle that I filmed, because I tried to set up for the rotator cuff on the ground. Not ideal. Not ideal because I couldn't reach the full range of motion. So I had to take it in my hand, and in my hand I couldn't go on the other way, and I want to train opening but also closing the shoulder, and I'll have to try it on the bench. Off. I have one more set in me, one more, and that's it. But the stiff legs feel so good. It's amazing. Really, if you want to become strong in the deadlift, but strong overall, oh my god, the stiff legs, probably my favorite lower back exercise, because the deadlifts, it's pretty complicated. You have to know where you're putting your knees, where you're putting your hips. Every time your knees are gonna be too much in front of you, the hips are gonna be too low, so they're gonna shift. The weight is gonna start moving after your hips move. It's a nightmare. The stiff legs, you don't care about all this. The stiff legs, you put your hips as high as possible, and you just pull, and you just pull. It's amazing. I feel like the stiff legs is what the deadlift is about. It's the biblically accurate deadlift, the stiff legs, because you grab the weight and you pull, and that's it. And it's phenomenal for that. I love it so much. Incredible. Sensations are incredible too. Oh, so right now I have 184, and I'm doing the third set of 6 reps, and it feels good. It's just that I'm tired. That's gonna be it for today. I'm just gonna do one more set. I'm not gonna film it. You'll have to believe me on that one. Next week I have to see on the schedule if I am gonna do a deload or if I'm gonna train, because I have the strongman competition in 5 weeks. I should deload now. Alright. See you tomorrow. See you in the next one. And now we're done. I just wanted to show you the disrespect. I'm putting 184 kg for the last set on the stiff legs. For the rotator cuff, I'm not happy with the setup. Even with the bench, even with one hand, I'm gonna have to find something else. Probably next time I'm gonna try to go on the incline and just have my elbows not supported and trying to do like this on the incline bench. I think I'll try. Anyway, see you in the next one.